Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 1997 film Mouse Hunt. This stars Nathan Lane, Lee Evans, Vicki Lewis, Maury Chaykin is in this, Eric Christmas is in this, a slew of other people. Christopher Walken's in this. This is the first film I ever saw with Christopher Walken, Nathan Lane, and Lee Evans. I never saw anything prior to this film. My brother was 5, I was 7 when this came out. It came out December 19th, 1997. Our parents took us to the movie theaters. In the beginning of this movie, they're the two, Smuntz brothers, Ernie and Lars Smuntz. They're bringing the casket of their dead father down the stairs of the church, and they fight, and one rips a handle off, and then the casket goes down the stairs, and then shoots the body up and then down into the manhole as it's pouring rain. And there's a lot of Rube Goldberg pranking gadgets throughout this film. Absolutely hysterical. So I remember laughing our asses off in the theaters, and I remember laughing our asses off every single time we've seen this film. Our aunt loved this film. She laughed her ass off every time she saw this film with us. It was so memorable. She would always say, "Oh, those stupid brothers," stupid little things like that. The stupid brothers. So the Smuntz brothers' father owned a string factory, and they're trying to now see if they can keep this string factory, or not keep the string factory. But in the other aspect, Ernie, Nathan Lane's character, was a renowned chef, but then the mayor inadvertently ate a cockroach in one of the meals and then died from heart failure because of so. So he's now, no longer a chef and a world-renowned restaurateur as he was. So now it's a matter of money, and what did the father do with the will? So the father had left them this giant mansion, which turns out to be a Charles Law LaRue, missing LaRue house, an architectural masterpiece built in 1874. So all these different investors are coming to bid on this house at an auction, and their goal is to fix up the mansion so that way they can sell it and make a crap ton of money. In the process, there's a mouse who lives in this house, and he doesn't want anybody to live in there. So he creates these different Rube Goldberg traps for these brothers, destroys the house, everything in it, and then, eventually floods the house, and then the house collapses, and the brothers realize, oh, well, I guess we have nothing to do now. So they go back to the Smuntz family string factory with the mouse happens to be with them. And then the mouse brings cheese along with them that the brothers were eating actually the night before, and then he turns the cheese into string cheese and then becomes their little taste tester. So this was Ratatouille before Ratatouille was a thing in 2008. 2009? When the hell was Ratatouille? 07, I think? I don't remember. But it's just funny watching this, because this was the 90s. So you had animatronic mice, you had computer-generated mice, but you had all these different practical effects that are awesome to watch because they're puppetry. There's animatronic flowers dipping down, and just little tiny things like that. The soundtrack is perfect. Gore Verbinski, this was his directorial debut. He went on to direct the critically acclaimed, one of my all-time favorite franchises, Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, 3. He just did 1, 2, and 3. He didn't do 4. Did he do 5? I don't remember. But there's so much history within this thing. Like, I know Vicki Lewis from Godzilla. She's in 98's Godzilla. So it's a perfect 90s film, and it's a perfect Christmas film, even though the only bit of it is the fact that it came out in December of 97. It starts out in December. There's snow on the ground. There's carolers singing about Christmas, and then Ernie goes to Lars, it's Christmas. There's something like that. But, that's it. There's no, Christmas celebrations. There's no Christmas party, but it's a Christmas movie. Fight me on that. The other thing which I find interesting, and I never noticed this as a kid, I actually had to look it up. It's not set in a specific universe, because it's got a very 30s, 40s aesthetic, but it has a very modern take on things, because there's cars from the 50s driving around in the background. You have guys holding cameras from the 30s and 40s, but you also have guys holding cameras from the 80s and 90s. You have a videographer holding a brand spanking new 1990s camera with a woman holding a brand spanking new microphone, but then you have other people with the flash bulbs in the 30s style. You have one of these guys referencing the nylon guys that they wanted to buy the factory. Let's bring this into the 21st century. So it's a 30s, 40s aesthetic in a 90s era film, but it's taking place in the 90s, but it's there's an answering machine attached to a phone. They didn't have answering machines in the 30s and 40s. So, like, it's a very interesting thing because it's not set in a specific time. And I love that because it's more organic. It's more authentic because it can be whatever the hell it wants to be. It can do whatever it wants to do because there's no rules. Physics clearly don't apply here because there is no time period. Love it. Absolutely love this movie. Love this movie. Love all the memories I have with this movie. Laugh my ass off every single time I watch this film. This is one of the only films that I can actually laugh out loud every time I watch it. Doesn't matter. It's a perfect family comedy film. I think this was the second film produced by DreamWorks Pictures. I think that's what I read. But still, an iconic film for the ages. Mucho mahalo.